Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the chest. Notice the position of your feet on the earth. The crown towards the sky more. Turning into Apajapa breathing, just noticing the breath without changing it. Notice what colors you might see with the eyes closed. Notice the concentration of your breath. Notice if it gets deeper or shallower. Notice if you can sit here in stillness or if you're moving and adding movements. Notice how you flow with that movement. One more breath. Draw your chin towards your chest and very kindly begin to make a few circles. And you can add the upper body and the torso to move with you as you move around in gentle circles. Your heels might lift off the ground. Then reverse your circles. Notice if you can connect the movement to the breath or the breath to the movement. If it's slower, does the pace pick up? And then let's come back to center and just coming as far forward as you can come comfortably today. Round the spine, chin to chest. Creating a C shape, your back might even touch the chair. Inhale, roll up, reach the arms up, biceps frame the ears. If that's for you, you can bend the elbows. We're going to be here for a few rounds of breath, so I'm going to also encourage you that if you'd like to add a little more strengthening, grab a block or even a pillow or something with a little more consistency, and then just squeeze into that block in front of you. Roll the shoulders way down from the ears so that way you create some space there for your neck, and then let your head move from side to side for a moment and just notice what that feels like. Are you able to bring awareness to your belly button and draw the belly in on the exhale and lengthen the spine more? And if you're holding that block, are you able to now maybe even lift the arms up on an inhale and then exhale, bring it back to center? Those of you not holding a block, go ahead and reach the arms up. And then exhale, release the hands back in front of you. Move as slow as you like. Maybe even move with the resistance as though you were moving through molasses. The ebb and flow of a wave of energy washing over you. Notice what that feels like. Slow your practice down. Meditate. And then very kindly, we're going to keep the arms up this time and sustain. Root down into your feet. Notice the squeezy of the thighs. The lower belly might come in. Notice the tiny adjustments you do to accommodate the shoulders as to not let them be pinchy up. But just relax a little bit more around that space. There's no need to be too extra there. We all have very different experiences, different shapes of our shoulders, so we're going to be in very different spaces. No worries. Adapt the practice for you. Exhale, hands down. Go ahead and take the block down to the side here, and on your next breath, inhale, arms reach up. Twist to the right, exhale, hands down. Maybe you touch the chair behind you, your fingers touch behind you. If you're on the ground, your fingertips might even press down so much, you might even wrap your right arm behind you and come into a bind. Inhale, slowly return back to center. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, twist to the left. My other favorite, right. Left hand behind you, reach back for your chair. Right hand towards your knee. And then just kindly slide it down so that it's just on the thigh portion. And then looking back as best you can. Every body is different, so just be mindful. You might be a little more forward and just looking back over just turning your head. That could be you today. We might have spinal fusion, so you might actually have your right hip forward and your left hip back so that you can look behind you and open up the neck. So we might be in this shape. So please adapt the practice for you. Inhale, come back to center, arms up. Exhale, take a gentle bow forward. And if you'd like, you can use your blocks and place them just in front of your feet. So when you come forward, you can let your hands rest there. And if coming into an inversion is not for you today, then keep your head above your heart. Close the eyes. Press the tailbone down into the chair as you bring your crown forward. Some of you might be melting over your legs in a seated forward fold on the ground. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, hands to thighs, look up. And exhale, fold forward, back down to your favorite position. Notice what that feels like. Maybe you even bend the elbows for some of you and straighten the arms. And gently connecting that movement to breath. This might be you today. Just honor that empowerment, slowing down your practice, really tuning into your body. Notice what your hands are doing, your shoulders, your arms. Notice what your belly's doing. Are you breathing? Are you so focused on everything else that you forgot to breathe? So again, tuning back in. Let's come all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down towards your hips. Draw your right knee in. Slide your foot in, slide your heel in. So some of you that are seated on the ground, you might interlace your fingers and support your heel. You might even hold your ankle. I love you too. And then those of us in a chair, you might do the same thing here. Both of us might even use a strap. Let me see, hopefully you can see it. It's a dark color. Okay, hold on, I'm coming. Welcome, my love. All right, so you're gonna take the strap and place it at the ball of your foot and then extend the leg out long and flex. Good. Now we're rounding. So let's lift up. So good. Lean forward a little bit more. There's no need to take that leg up so high. Why? What's the point? Flex your foot. Look forward. Close your eyes. Just breathe. I'm going to ask you to start to flex your heel a little bit more and draw your toes towards your nose. Begin to deepen the sound of your breath. Left hand remains on the strap or on your foot. Right arm opens up to the side. Get a twist. Reach the right arm back. Squeeze actively through the right thigh muscle. Press the left foot into the ground actively. Resist the urge to cross the right leg into the left. Stay active. Belly button drawn in. Kindly reach that right arm up in the direction of the ceiling. Roll the shoulder away from the ear slightly. So this way you notice how graceful your arm moves. Let them dance together like that. But then just give a shoulder girdle opening so you feel a little more open in the chest. And then sweep the right hand to meet the strap. Bend the knee, cross the foot over your thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold over that leg as best you can. For some of you, you're going to be way up here. Totally cool. Walk your left foot out, or slide your left leg out long, or slide it in more. And then just hold that space. If you're on the ground, place a block underneath your knee or a couple. And then just chill. Take a couple of breaths. Notice all the thoughts. They're always there, right? Now can you go beyond them? Start to soften into your thigh. Relax your foot a little bit. Maybe cradle your knee as though it was a child. Now tune into the gentle embrace of being held. What comes up for you in this moment of being held? Security of a compassionate friend, of a loved one, of a lover, of a mother, sister, brother. Now go past that, 2 or 3 more breaths. What does it feel like to offer that to somebody else? To somebody who needs it? Somebody who's home from prison, from somebody that's suffering from depression, sadness, loneliness. How do we offer that? Big breath in, holding the space with compassion. Exhale out the mouth. Take your foot in, knee in towards your chest. And then extend the leg out long and release the foot down. Bend the left knee, draw the foot to meet the strap and extend the leg out long here. Tune back into your meditation. Focus on extending through the heel. Draw the right hip back, extend through the left foot more. Lengthen up through the crown. Find that embodied spirit power. Take the right hand to the strap. And then start to slide the left hand up the strap. Relax your eyes, your mouth. And then from here, relax the sensation of the leg intensity. Begin to press more into the right foot. Start to slide the left arm up and back. Maybe gaze behind you. I've got the chair back to support my arms, so this is really helpful. It keeps it a little more gentle, a little more accessible for me today. Deep breaths in and out. And just wring out anything you don't want to hold on to. What do you not want to hold on to anymore? What is separating you from Source? Come back to center now. Draw your knee in towards your chest. And then cross that foot over that right thigh. Again, make all the adaptations that you need. And then slowly start to make your way forward. Resting here. Taking a moment to pause and center. We're actually going to remain here for just slightly longer as we're going to embrace a twist soon. And again, adapt the practice for you. Some of you might even drape all the way over like a waterfall. You might have your hands on blocks or even the backs of the hands resting on the ground. Really allowing yourself the most permission to be as free as possible, to surrender. Surrender to your go, go, go. Let that go. Creating balance. Relax your foot. If you're cradling, you're holding the baby, engaging the baby, hold that space, nourishing your leg. How would you like to be held? Now offer that here. Be the observer. Notice the emotions that come up for you. And then release those emotions out. Slowly begin to take that left elbow towards your ankle or towards your foot. And if this is not for you, okay, then take your elbow towards your thigh. Fingers might touch your chin. You might rest here. For some of you, you're going to press into the forearm. You're going to start to lift the right arm up. You might even reach back. Those of you that are leaning forward more and you have the elbow on the outside of your foot, pressing into your palm, gazing up. Half grasshopper, prayer twist, gazing towards the sky, wringing out the spine. Those with spinal fusion, we create the shape. So your left hip will be quite forward and the right hip will be back. Your left foot might actually be on a block and the right foot back also. So the elbow is pressing into the hand and you're just turning the shoulders and the hip. And that's it. As we know, the rest of the spine won't move. And the heart will be open to the divine sky. And the belly is breathing whether you notice it or not. Remain here as long as you need to, or inhale, come back through center. Exhale, fold forward, release the foot down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot comes up. Cross over the left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Take the variation of choice that served you. Everything is dynamic. Everything is working. Breath is flowing. When you feel ready, again, always know, these poses, you can stay in them as long as you want to. Inhale, come back up through center. Release that right foot down. Please bow forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Reach the right leg up. You have the option to extend the foot out behind you. You have the option to take the foot back behind you. Warrior one. Exhale, release the hands down towards the ground. Position the left foot so it's knee-ankle alignment. Straighten the back leg or slide your right foot back. Get a stretch. If you happen to have an arm on your chair, then I'm going to encourage you to come behind your chair. Make sure that it's secure and just walk your foot back and get the stretch. Just keep the bend in the left knee. Same thing, okay? Alrighty, we're going to slide that right foot forward, come back to forward fold. And inhale, come up. If you're behind the chair, please stay there. We're going to take this to the other side. Inhale, left knee lifts. You have the option to extend the leg forward or scooch yourself to the other side of your chair and take the left leg back behind you. Let your knee drop down towards the ground. You also have the opportunity to place a block underneath your knee, which is very sweet if you're on your chair, because that just really gives you some little cushion. And then lift the arms up. Settle into this beautiful space. Exhale, release the hands down to your blocks, to the earth. You can actually release them all the way down. You can flatten your hands if you feel comfortable. You can use your blocks. Straighten the back leg. Getting our stretch, lunge. And remember, the modification is standing behind the chair. I'll show you that. We have a couple more breaths. I like making a pillow with my hands on the back of the chair too. And then inhale, let's take that left foot to meet the right. Bring it forward, forward fold. Those of us at the back of the chair, we're just going to walk our feet back a little bit here so the feet are behind or just underneath the hips, and just move from side to side. If you don't have a watch on your wrist, you can roll your forehead from side to side so it's nice and comfortable. And then inhale, reach the arms up. For those of us behind the chair, reach the arms up also, and just notice if that's comfortable. If you need to come back to your chair, go ahead and do so. Exhale, release the hands down, gentle mountain pose, fingers spread wide, lift the chest. And then just a couple neck rolls. And just reverse direction. We'll come into a balancing pose to tune into our equilibrium. Let's come to center. You have the option to touch the back of the chair, just come off. I'm going to stay right here next to the chair. Take your right foot to the inner ankle, inner thigh, wherever you need it. Sustain here. The other option, both feet on the ground. If you're in the chair, turn the right knee out and let your ankle touch your heel. Arms up. Added challenge, close the eyes. Where are you in space and time? Drop in. Release the hands, clear the space. Release your foot, shift your weight, make a few circles. Move the energy. And then place your foot down, the right foot down, and then take your left foot anywhere on your leg but your knee. Again, if you're behind the chair, use that. Use a wall. Use the counter. And then find your tree. Trees move. They fall. And they grow again. They also nurture one another. So maybe your arms are reaching out to everybody else that's doing this practice with you. And we're creating a global community, a network of nourishment. And just feel the energy of the other folks and their fingers reaching your fingers. This is how we raise the vibration of the world, y'all. Breathing together. And then kindly release the hands down. Release your foot. Shake it out, move from side to side. And then taking the right foot and cross it over the left knee. You can place a block underneath your right foot. You can let your hands rest on the knee here. The other option is to take your left arm under the right and hug yourself. The elbows might lift and lower. For some of you, you might take the backs of the hands to touch. You might even take the full bind. If that's not an option, keep the hands around the knee, lift the chest. The arms could be out, palms open to receive. Remaining here for a few more variations of breath. Squeezing out what no longer serves. Enjoying the balance of Ida and Pingala and how they come together as one in Ajna chakra. Lift the elbows a little higher. Look a little higher. Lengthen a little more. Push into that left foot more. Exhale, release. Spread your wings. Notice what that feels like. Surge of energy flows through the hands. Prana, life force energy. Exhale, release the hands down, clear the space. And then place the right foot down onto the earth. Sweep the left knee in towards the chest. Cross it over your right. Take your block, place it into the ground. Place your foot on the block if that's for you. You have the option to wrap your foot around your ankle. Gently, slightly tilt forward as the pelvic floor goes back. Arms out, wings spread wide. This time, right takes the journey under left and hug. Coming into your binds. Tuning into your breath. Discovering all of the fidgets, all of the nuances. The openings, the tightness, sensation. What does it feel like to be in a space of discomfort and find comfort in it? Is this a conditioned behavior that we're used to? Or are you able to adapt the space for you? Are you able to make a conscious change and back out of a space that doesn't feel good enough for you anymore? Discover what that is for you in your body. We're here for 3 more breaths. What do you need to do? Lift the elbows, look up towards the sky more. Lengthen up into your power, find that strength. Exhale, release and spread your wings. Release the hands down. Release your foot. Hands to your knees, round the spine, and just sit. Sit with the flood of emotions that flow through you. Now sit with your power and your strength. See the color with the eyes closed. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands back to the thighs. Scoot yourselves back into your chair or onto your mat. Lay down on your back. You might be here for a few rounds of breath. You might get a little bit more comfortable. For some of you, you might be drawing your right knee in or placing your heel on the chair. Some of you might be coming into a supine twist and just taking the knee towards the right and looking over towards the left, or taking your right knee to the left and looking over to the right. Sometimes looking over to the right is not serving you, so you could just stay centered. If you're on the chair, you can also cross your foot over. That's always fine too. And then we're coming back to center on an inhale. And then release, draw your left knee in. Hang out there for a moment. Your right leg might be long. And then start to take the right hand to the left knee and the left shoulder back, the left arm back, and just look back. And if you have your chair, you can rest your head on the chair. You can create a pillow for your chair. If you have your blankets nearby, you can place that there. I have really curly hair, so that's my pillow. And then inhale, let's come back to center. And then release your foot down, release the legs long, release the arms. This is a really sweet spot for those of us in the chair to take a pillow or a blanket and roll it up behind us, so we have this sweet little support system behind us when we're resting, and it feels really good. And then you can just lay out and relax. Relax your legs long, relax the torso, just be present, be still. Widen the net of your hearing. Tune back into your breath. I will not look for a miracle. I will be someone's miracle by showing grace and compassion. I will not use my words to describe the situation. I will use my words to change my situation. As we journey into Shavasana together, take this time to release the toes and just recognize where you can soften a little bit more, where you can get lazy. Be okay with being lazy. In Shavasana, you want to be lazy here. This is where you want to invite that kapha space. You can remain in Shavasana as long as you like. being in a space where you can meditate and talk to God, your divine supreme. Or very slowly, very mindfully, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes and making gentle adjustments as you come out of this space. And then come back to center. We come to a comfortable seat, whether on the ground or on the chair, or you want to go on the ground or you want to go on the chair. And just offer a time of reflection. Honoring your time for self-care. Honoring each other. And honoring all of the joy that you have within yourself that you didn't even know was there. Take time each day to commune to Divine Spirit that dwells within you. And let no one take from the inner peace that you've cultivated, but allow this to be shared, to be a leader. Let's close our class with the sacred sound of Om. Letting go of all that is, that was, and that will be in the vibration of the universe. Inhale for Om. Om Shanti 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jai Bhagwan Ki Jai. Namaste. Namaste, Divine Family. Remember to encourage your students and your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel so they can continue their education through the tutorials that we offer there. And we'll see you tomorrow and every single day on YouTube, and then on Friday morning.